Well, this coming Sunday, we hope to be running a session at Merrivale, where many of us will have been before, but nonetheless, it's different every time. We always find different things to when we're out there, and people ask different questions, and before long, the whole thing's completely different to what it was last time. So, nonetheless, the Merrivale is a super site. It's situated between Tavistock and Princetown. It's just south of the road, about halfway between the two. We'll be meeting at the Four Winds car park, which is the eastern end of the Merivale complex.
Yeah.
Uh, but if anybody wants any greater directions and closer directions, then please sort of come get through to me, and we can sort of direct them there.
What time
Uh,
is the arrival time do you recommend
Well,
people?
we'll say 10 o'clock. I appreciate herding dowsers is not an easy thing to do, but we'll aim for 10 o'clock as a starting time. What I tend to do is I start them at Four Winds, which is a bit higher, but right at one end of the site. The
Yeah.
first thing we do is walk down to the other end of the site, and then we gradually track our way back up the hill towards the cars. There are no toilets on site, I have to say, and so please bring your own lunch, drinks, whatever, few dowsing equipment and everything you want to bring. It's weather-wise, it looks indeterminate, really, but it's the sort of place where it can be very hot. It can be very windy, often very windy.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's a bit cold, and if it rains, there is no shelter. So, you have to be aware that you've got to be dressed for everything, but you've also got to lug it around. So it's something that people have to take into consideration. I say it's basically an Earth Energies Day, but nonetheless, we normally get diverted into all sorts of other things as well. So
Mm,
doing that.
thanks.
Uh,
And it's for intermediate dowsers. So some people from Tamar Dowsers went on the beginners dowsers workshop, or some people might be just starting out in dowsing. But I'd imagine with you and then also Ros helping and any other dowsers helping along, even if you're just at that beginner point, you're still most welcome.
Oh, absolutely so. Yes, this is very much for all comers. We say it's an improver's day merely so to show that we'll do something a little bit more advanced as we go along. But people who have next to no knowledge of the subject can still be helped along. To be honest, they gain quite a lot just by watching everybody else. But if they've got some rods then or pendulum, then they can join in, obviously. But it is all things to all people. It's a day. The site has so much there that we can go from scratch right up to very advanced stuff. But by and large, we pitch it somewhere in the middle. And as you say, Ros will be there, and Ros always acts as the person who picks up those that might be finding it a bit difficult. So between us, we'll cater for everybody, as
That's
we always.
amazing. What do you expect to be the rough finish time, Nigel?
Well, we're aiming for 4 o'clock, but people can go when they've had enough, quite frankly. If the weather is a bit inclement, then people might choose to go earlier. That's fine. There's no problem with that. I will aim to be out until mid-afternoon. But again, if there are still people looking for things going on, then no doubt we can help them investigate it. But everybody has their own interests, and but we try to keep it at a level that everybody can understand. And I will start with simple stuff, and we can gradually work our way up as the day progresses. And if some people think that's too fast, well, they can give up at that stage. And if others think it's too slow, well, they can do something else while we're bringing the others along. We try to meet everybody's hopes and expectations.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Thank you. And is there anywhere nearby for a loo? Like, is there a pub?
Right, the nearest toilets are in the pub, the Dartmoor Inn. But you will have to ask about that. People would have to ask about the nearest public toilets are actually in Princetown, which is 3 or 4 miles up the hill. Uh, it's fine at the start and the end. It's not quite so easy in the middle. Obviously, it's easier for blokes who can just go out and go out of sight somewhere, but it's not quite so easy for ladies, I appreciate. But
Thanks.
we
I
normally seem to cope. I am aware that people disappear from time to time, and I am of an age when I will have to disappear at some point, and Ros will have to keep the show ticking over until I come back.
absolutely thanks, Nigel. And I guess what's interesting about Merrivale, I haven't been there yet, so I'm looking forward to it very much. That it's a line of stones. It's not a stone circle, right?
Well, yes and no is
Oh,
as the answer to all questions in dowsing. There are two double rows. They're quite small stones, but two double rows. There is a stone circle. Part of it's re-erected, but it's a perfectly functional stone circle for
oh,
those interested in that sort of thing. The religious activities take place there. Are they religious? Well, there's spiritual techno activities to take place there. There is a large standing stone which always appears in all of my presentations, and it's a menhir where we will start. And to be honest, you could spend all day just at the menhir, but we'll keep people moving if keep them warm if nothing else. There are also other things there. There is a whole village full of hut circles. It's somewhere that Peter Knight likes to take people, so there no doubt will be sort of the sort of things that he looks for there as well. And if we can find it, there is a stone with a hole in it, which also has a view of the menhir from a distance. And I was up there the other day, Ros and I were up there the other day with Carolyn Kennett, who some people will know is an astroarchaeologist
yeah.
from down in Cornwall, further down in Cornwall.
Mm,
And Carolyn was looking at it from a sacred astronomer's point of view. So we might be able to build a bit of that in as well. Obviously, you won't
right.
see any stars while we're there, but you have to. No doubt people will have their phones and they can see all the heavens sort of over the top, and so we can do a bit of all of it.